role-playing games play an incredibly positive role in society. It's people from all over the world who know each other through their avatars and now have found reason to seek each other out in the real world and deepen those personal bonds.
But before we finish, there's one last detail to wrap up.
Hey guys, I want to make some money, so I'm stretching my video to the 10-minute mark. Yeah, that's kind of clickbait. Yeah. Okay. Just ignore that in the background.
Genre and way to play games had emerged. Choice in what you did and how you did it could actually have consequence. And as technology improved, so did the complexity of the stories they told. But back on home consoles, a war was brewing. And a company that had struggled to take on an industry behemoth started to develop their own secret weapon, one that was too fast for the naked eye. In the late 80s, all kids wanted for Christmas was a Nintendo Entertainment System. And parents, Santa, made it one of the best-selling holiday toys of 1988. But if Mario was the undisputed king, an underdog was about to declare war. For Japanese game maker Sega, mainly known for its arcade cabinets, the battle was about winning the home console market. This year, kids and their parents will spend more than $3 billion on video games and game cartridges. Sega had released its new Genesis console in Japan, where its 16-bit technology was a giant leap from the existing 8-bit consoles.
A scientist creates the ultimate machine. At last! A machine that will give him the power.
Yes! With 16 bits, Sega's Genesis had the power to defeat the Nintendo Entertainment System. The only thing missing were hit games. For that, they turned to this man.
I was very aware that we were starting a war with Nintendo, and I knew that if we did it correctly, we could win the battle.
This is Tom Kalinske, the general in Sega's war against Nintendo. Before joining Sega, Kalinske had already made a name for himself at Mattel Toys. But a few years after leaving Mattel, Tom got a surprise visitor.
I was actually on vacation in Hawaii with my wife and my kids, and Io Nakayama, the chairman and CEO of Sega Japan, tracked me down to Maui, and he just appeared. He came and he said, I want you to run Sega of America, and I'm going to show you 16-bit technology. I'm also going to show you a color handheld game unit, and the reason why it's better than what Nintendo has. And I ended up going from Hawaii to Japan with him, and I was knocked out by 16-bit technology. technology is so much better than the technology that I believed that yes, we could take on Nintendo, who had a 98% share of the video game market in those days.
Wow.
Tom accepted the offer to become
98%.
CEO of Sega of America.
Holy shit.
But there was a catch.
The directive from Japan was Hakumandai, which meant sell 1 million units. They had only sold maybe 70,000 units of Genesis up to that point, so there was a long way to go to get to 1 million units.
So Kalinsky had to come up with a battle plan to sell 1 million of Sega's newest console, the
I had that
Genesis.
one.
So I developed a plan and went back to Japan. We went into what's called the decision room, and of course, most of the people that I'm talking to do not speak English. And I had to sell the battle plan to the board of directors of Sega.
Kalinsky's 5-point battle plan would prove pretty unfamiliar to the Japanese business mindset.
So I present my strategy to the board of directors, but it wasn't going well. And Nakayama gets up and he kicks over a chair. And he says, they don't agree with anything you said. And he starts to leave the room. I thought, well, this is the shortest career anybody ever had. I'm done for. He's leaving the room, leaving me with all these people who don't agree with me. And he turned at the door and he said, well, when I hired you, I said you were going to be able to make all the decisions for the American market. And so go ahead and do your things that you've planned. So now it had to work, obviously, or I was finished.
The first part was relatively easy. But the next step of his war plan would rely on Sega's secret weapon.
Sony.
そうですね、この世界にとってスピードが必要だったっていうのは多分メガドライブがこう16ビットマシンというもので売りたいということですよね。でそこで従来よりもずっと速い処理速度でこうゲームがこう、作れる、実行できる機械だということで
Having a fast console wasn't enough for Sega. They needed a new hit game. So game designer Hirokazu Yasuhara looked for a little inspiration.
Oh, he took inspiration on roller coasters.
そこの間々に仕
Could
掛け
you
を入
Sonic
れて
the
っていう
Hedgehog?
ような作り方をしました。
And with thrilling gameplay sketches in hand, the final element Sega required was a mascot to outrun Mario.
キャラクターとゲームとなるとゲームの開発が先でそのゲームに合ったデザインというかキャラクターデザインを後で作るみたいな流れですね。
Mario was a cute little plumber in overalls. So now Toboshima wanted to design something different,
Organizza la
something
competenza
edgy,
d'agenda.
sleek, aerodynamic.
Sony.
最終的に誰よりも速く走って丸まって攻撃するっていうキャラクターにしようと決めました。最初ウサギのキャラクターだったんですけどパンダみたいなのがいいっていうふうに言っていやパンダは丸まっても可愛いからパンダがもう武器するよりも分かりやすいのがいいんじゃないかっていうことでハリネズミになりました。
This tiny, spiny furball was a rather obscure choice. So Oshima conducted an informal field test, which took him to New York City.